The crowd is screaming for blood. A woman stands alone in the sand. Her sword is lowered. Her enemy kneels, defeated, waiting for death. But she does not strike. In that moment, the arena changes. The cheers turn to rage. The spectators who once admired her now spit curses. To them, mercy is not kindness. Mercy is betrayal. Because in Rome, a gladiator who refuses to kill does not earn freedom. She earns punishment. And for a female gladiator, that punishment is far worse than death in battle. Stay with us till the end for valuable insights. Like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. The year is 200 CE. Across the vast Roman Empire, a message spreads from the emperor himself. Emperor Septimius Severus has spoken. His decree is clear. Women will no longer fight as gladiators. On the surface, it sounds like mercy, like justice, like the end of a cruel spectacle. But inside the gladiator schools, no one celebrates. Because those who already swore the oath know the truth. Nothing has changed for them. These women are not free citizens. They are property. They belong to their owners the same way a sword belongs to a soldier or a horse belongs to a rider. The emperor's law stops new women from entering the arena, but it does nothing for those already trapped inside it. Their fate was sealed the day they spoke the oath. The words were simple, cold, final. They swore they would endure burning. They swore they would endure chains. They swore they would endure beating. They swore they would endure death by the sword. This oath was not poetry. It was a contract that gave their bodies, their pain, and their lives to someone else. And Rome believed contracts must be honored, especially when they were written in suffering. Female gladiators were rare, but they were not unknown. People called them gladiatrices or sometimes ludia. To Roman crowds, they were both thrilling and disturbing. A woman with a weapon was a contradiction. She was not supposed to fight. She was supposed to obey, to marry, to bear children, to stay silent. But in the arena, she did the opposite of all these things. She fought. She bled. She killed. Some spectators loved the shock of it. Others hated it. Many could not look away. Writers of the time described them with disgust and fascination mixed together. One poet mocked them, asking what kind of woman would wear armor and reject her own nature. Another described their fights in detail, noting how crowds cheered even while feeling uneasy. Because female gladiators did something dangerous. They blurred the line between what Rome believed a woman was and what she could be. Still, fascination does not bring freedom. Entertainment does not bring mercy. Inside the training schools, life remained brutal. The women trained before sunrise and after sunset. They practiced with wooden swords until their hands blistered and bled. They ate strict diets. They slept under guard. They learned that pain was normal and fear was useless. Their owners invested money in them. Training cost money. Food cost money. Armor cost money. And Rome was a world where investments had to pay off. So when Severus banned women from fighting, the owners did not see a moral law. They saw a financial disaster. Their fighters could no longer earn profit in the arena. And when property stops earning, owners find other uses for it. For many female gladiators, the emperor's decree did not end their suffering. It only changed its shape. The arena is loud before the fight even begins. Sand covers the ground like pale dust. Above it rise the stone walls, packed with thousands of watching faces. Rich citizens lean forward from shaded seats. Poor spectators stand shoulder to shoulder in the highest rows. Vendors shout. Bets are placed. Sweat, wine, and anticipation mix in the hot air. Then the gates open. She walks out first. Her armor is simple but strong. A helmet, a shield, a short sword. Nothing about her equipment is different from the gear given to male fighters. Rome may have questioned her place in the arena, but once she stepped into the sand, she was expected to fight like any man. No excuses, no mercy. Her opponent follows. A trained fighter, experienced, dangerous. The crowd cheers louder. They want skill. They want fear. They want blood. The signal is given. The fight begins. Steel strikes steel. Shields slam together. Feet slide across sand. The sound of blades echoes against stone. The crowd shouts with every blow. Some scream advice. Some shout insults. Some simply roar, hungry for violence. She fights well, better than many expected. Her movements are sharp, controlled. Her training shows in every strike. She is not wild. She is precise. She does not waste energy. She waits for mistakes. And the mistake comes. Her opponent lunges too far. His balance breaks. In one fast motion, she strikes his weapon aside and drives him to his knees. Her blade touches his throat. The arena explodes with noise. This is the moment the crowd lives for. The defeated fighter raises a finger, the ancient signal of surrender. He asks for mercy. He asks the sponsor of the games, the editor, to spare him. All eyes turn upward. The decision is not his. It never was. The editor watches from his seat. The crowd begins chanting. Some shout for life. Others scream for death. Hands rise. Thumbs move. Voices merge into one deafening storm. The editor makes his choice. He signals for the kill. The order is clear. Finish him. She hears it. Everyone hears it. This is the final test of every gladiator. Skill is not enough. Strength is not enough. Victory is not enough. A true gladiator must also obey. She looks down at the man beneath her blade. He is no longer dangerous. He is no longer proud. He is breathing fast, eyes wide, waiting for steel to enter his throat. The crowd chants louder. Kill, kill, kill. But she does not move. Seconds pass. Her sword remains still. At first, the spectators think she is building tension. A show of drama. A theatrical pause before the final strike. But the pause grows longer. Murmurs spread through the stands. She lowers her sword. Not in attack. In refusal. The reaction is instant. The same crowd that cheered her moments ago now erupts in fury. Insults rain down. People stand and shout. Some throw scraps of food. Others curse her name. To them, she has not shown kindness. She has broken the rules. Gladiators are not judges. They are instruments. They do not decide who lives or dies. The editor decides. The crowd decides. The emperor decides. A gladiator obeys. Always. By refusing, she has done something far worse than losing a fight. She has challenged the order of the arena. Guards begin to move. The defeated man is dragged away, spared for now. But no one is watching him anymore. Every eye is fixed on her. Because everyone in that stadium understands what she has just done. She has signed her own sentence. And in Rome, punishment is not quiet. Punishment is a spectacle. The guards surround her before she can step away. They do not rush. They do not shout. They move with calm certainty, like men who have done this many times before. Their hands grip her arms. Another pulls the sword from her fingers. The weapon that moments ago decided life and death is now taken from her as easily as a toy from a child. The crowd watches closely. They know what is happening. A gladiator who refuses an order is no longer a gladiator. She is something else now. Something lower. In Rome, the arena had its own laws. These laws were not written on tablets or carved into stone. They lived in custom, in expectation, in tradition older than many emperors. Everyone understood them. Fighters, trainers, spectators, even slaves sweeping blood from the sand. Win bravely, lose honorably, obey instantly. Break any of these, and your status disappears. The moment she lowered her blade, she lost the one thing that gave her value, her role. A gladiator is not respected because she lives. She is respected because she performs, because she obeys, because she gives the crowd what it came to see. She did not. So now, in the eyes of Rome, she is no longer a performer. She is a criminal. The editor rises from his seat. He does not look angry. He looks thoughtful. For him, this is not personal. It is practical. Thousands of spectators have paid to see a show. If he allows disobedience, he risks losing their approval. And approval is power. Power is survival. He must answer her defiance. Not later. Now. The crowd begins to chant again. Louder this time. Not for blood in battle. For punishment. Punish her. Punish her. Punish her. The sound rolls like thunder across the stone walls. The guards force her to her knees. Sand presses into her skin. Dust clings to her sweat. Her helmet is torn away. Her hair falls loose. Without armor, without weapon, without stance, she already looks different. Smaller. Human. That is the point. Because punishment in Rome is not only about pain. It is about transformation. She must be seen changing from fighter to victim. The editor signals again. Not death. Not yet. The games are not finished. The crowd still expects more entertainment. Executions belong to a different part of the day. Midday. The hour reserved for those who have lost all rights. Criminals. Prisoners. Rebels. And now, her. She is dragged across the sand. Not quickly. Slowly. The guards make sure every spectator sees her face. Sees her fear. Sees the cost of defiance. This is a lesson, not just for her, but for every fighter waiting behind the gates. Because inside the holding chambers beneath the arena floor, other gladiators are watching through iron bars. They saw her victory. They saw her refusal. And now they see what follows. Fear spreads among them like smoke. They understand the message perfectly. Strength does not save you. Skill does not save you. Mercy does not save you. Only obedience saves you. Above ground, the crowd begins to settle. The next event is prepared. Animal handlers move cages into position. Stage workers rake the sand, smoothing the marks of the fight as if nothing happened. As if the moment of defiance has already been erased. But no one truly forgets. Because Rome never wastes an opportunity to teach through suffering. And when midday comes, she will return to the arena. Not as a gladiator, as an example. By the time the sun stands high above the arena, the mood has changed. Morning games are for skill, for trained fighters, for contests that look almost noble. But midday is different. Midday is when Rome shows its true face. This is the hour of punishment. Vendors return to their seats. Spectators who stepped out for food hurry back inside. They do not want to miss what comes next. Because what happens at midday is not sport. It is spectacle. The sand is raked smooth again. Fresh. Clean. Waiting. The gates open. She is dragged out. No armor covers her now. No shield protects her body. Her wrists are bound with rope. Dust sticks to her skin. Without her helmet, the crowd sees her clearly for the first time as a person, not as a fighter. They see the sweat on her face, the fear in her eyes, the rise and fall of her chest as she struggles to breathe slowly. A murmur spreads through the stands. This is what they wanted. Not the proud warrior. The broken one. 2 attendants force her to the center of the arena. They tie her to a wooden post hammered deep into the sand. The rope cuts into her wrists as they pull it tight. She cannot move her arms. She cannot run. She cannot fight. The editor lifts his hand. Silence falls. Even thousands of people can become quiet when cruelty is about to begin. A signal is given. A metal gate at the edge of the arena creaks open. From the dark tunnel behind it, something moves. At first, only a shape. Then a sound. A low growl rolling through the stone passage. The crowd leans forward. Children stand on their seats. Men shade their eyes from the sun. The animal steps into the light. A lion. Its ribs show through its skin. Its mane is rough and tangled. Its eyes burn with hunger. The handlers have kept it starved for days. Not out of neglect. On purpose. Because a hungry beast performs better. The lion sniffs the air. Its nose twitches. It smells sweat. Fear. Flesh. It turns its head slowly until its gaze fixes on her. She cannot step back. She cannot raise a weapon. She can only watch. The crowd begins to murmur again. Some whisper. Some laugh softly. Some stare with cold fascination. They are not shocked. This is familiar to them. This is tradition. Executions like this have happened for generations. The lion takes a step forward. Sand shifts beneath its paws. Another step. Its muscles roll under its skin. Its tail flicks slowly from side to side. It is not rushing. It is not wild. It is curious, careful, patient. The waiting is part of the show. Minutes stretch. The sun burns overhead. Sweat runs down her face. She tries to pull against the ropes, but they hold firm. The wood behind her is rough against her back. Splinters press into her skin. Every breath feels louder than the last. The lion circles. The crowd watches the circle. Round and round. This is what they enjoy most. The moment before. The fear before pain. The certainty before death. Some spectators begin placing bets. How long will she last? Not if. How long? The lion stops in front of her. It lowers its head. For one heartbeat, nothing moves. Then it roars. The sound crashes through the arena like thunder. Birds scatter from the top of the walls. Children clap their hands over their ears. The roar vibrates through the wood, through the sand, through her bones. The lion crouches. Muscles tighten. The crowd leans forward as one body, because they know what comes next, and they cannot wait to see it. The lion does not strike immediately. It studies her. Its golden eyes move slowly over her body, searching, measuring, deciding. The crowd holds its breath. Thousands of people sit in silence so deep that the only sound is the animal's breathing and the faint creak of rope as she trembles against the post. She cannot look away. The lion steps closer. So close now that she can smell it. A thick, sour scent of meat and heat and wildness. Its whiskers twitch. Its nose lifts toward her throat. Its breath is hot against her skin. Still, it waits. This is the cruel genius of the arena. Death is not rushed. Death is stretched. Made slow. Made visible. Made unforgettable. Because this is not just punishment. It is instruction. The lion lifts one paw and places it against her leg. The claws do not sink in yet. They press lightly, testing. She flinches. The crowd reacts with a wave of sound. Gasps, laughter, cheers. They are watching a lesson unfold, and they understand exactly who it is meant for. Not just her. For every gladiator. For every slave. For every person who might one day think of disobedience. The lion opens its mouth. Rows of teeth gleam white in the sun. A low rumble vibrates from its chest, a sound felt more than heard. Then, without warning, the paw tightens. Claws sink into flesh. Her scream tears through the arena. The crowd erupts. Some stand. Some clap. Some shout praise as if watching a brilliant performance. To them, this is justice. A contract was broken. An oath was defied. Rome is simply correcting the mistake. The lion jerks its head, excited now. Blood sharpens its hunger. It bites down on her shoulder. The force pulls her body sideways against the ropes. Wood cracks slightly under the strain. The beast shakes once, violently, like a predator tearing meat from bone. Sand darkens beneath her feet. The spectators lean forward, eyes wide, unwilling to miss a single second. This is what they came for. Not a clean death. Not a quick end. They want the struggle, the sound, the movement, the proof of power. Above them, the editor watches calmly. His face shows no anger, no pity, only satisfaction. Order has been restored. The message has been delivered. The lion releases her for a moment. Not from mercy, from instinct. Predators often release prey to reposition, to strike again where the body is weakest. It circles once more, tail swaying, blood on its jaws. She sags against the ropes. Her head droops. Her legs tremble. Breath comes in broken gasps. The lion lunges again. This time it does not test. This time it commits. The impact slams her against the post. The wood shudders. The ropes snap tight. The beast's weight crushes the air from her lungs. Teeth close. Claws tear. Sand sprays outward beneath thrashing limbs. The crowd roars louder than ever. They are not horrified. They are thrilled. Because in their eyes, this is not cruelty. This is proof that Rome is strong. Proof that rules matter. Proof that mercy has no place in the arena. At last, the movement slows. The lion steps back. The body hangs forward, held upright only by ropes. Blood drips into the sand in slow, steady drops. The animal licks its muzzle and looks toward the handlers, as if waiting for approval. The editor raises his hand. The signal is given. Guards move in with long spears, guiding the lion away. It growls once, annoyed, but obeys the prods and disappears back into the tunnel from which it came. Workers enter next. They untie the ropes. The body collapses onto the sand. Two men drag it across the arena floor, leaving a dark trail behind. They do not hurry. There is no need. The crowd watches calmly now, excitement fading into satisfied silence. Within minutes, rakes smooth the sand again. The stain vanishes. The arena looks clean, untouched, as if nothing ever happened. But everyone there remembers. And deep below the arena, behind iron bars, the other gladiators remember most of all, because they saw what happens to those who refuse. By the time the next event begins, the arena looks peaceful again. Fresh sand lies smooth across the ground. No marks, no blood, no sign that a woman died there only moments ago. The workers have done their job well. They always do. In Rome, even death must be cleaned away quickly, so the spectacle can continue without interruption. The crowd settles back into their seats. Some talk about what they just saw. They argue over how long she lasted. They laugh about the moment she screamed. A few imitate the lion's roar for their friends. Others eat bread and olives as if nothing unusual happened. For them, this is normal. They do not see themselves as cruel. They believe they have witnessed justice. Because Rome taught them something from childhood. Order must be protected at any cost. Rules must be obeyed. Authority must never be questioned. A society that allows disobedience, they believed, will soon collapse into chaos. And in their eyes, that woman did not die because she was weak. She died because she disobeyed. High above the arena floor, the editor watches the next fighters enter. His attention has already moved on. To him, the execution is finished business. A problem corrected. A message delivered. There is no reason to think about her again. She was one gladiator among many. Replaceable. Forgettable. That is how Rome survived for centuries, by treating people as parts of a machine instead of lives with meaning. Beneath the arena, however, the silence feels different. In the shadowed corridors where the fighters wait, no one speaks. The air smells of iron, sweat, and damp stone. Chains clink softly as someone shifts. A torch flickers on the wall, casting long, shaking shadows across the floor. They all saw it. Every moment. They saw her victory. They saw her refusal. They saw her punishment. And now they understand something deeper than fear. They understand the rule that truly governs the arena. It is not strength. It is not courage. It is obedience. A strong gladiator who obeys may live. A weak gladiator who obeys may live. But a gladiator who refuses never does. One fighter closes his eyes, breathing slowly, forcing his hands to stop shaking. Another stares at the floor, jaw tight, replaying the scene again and again in his mind. A third whispers a prayer to a god he is no longer sure is listening, because each of them knows the truth. One day, it could be their turn. Above them, the crowd cheers again as fresh combat begins. Steel clashes. The audience shouts. Excitement rises once more. The spectacle continues exactly as it always has, as if the woman who died never existed at all. And that is the final cruelty. Not the lion, not the ropes, not the sand, but the forgetting. Rome did not just kill bodies. It erased names. History remembers emperors, generals, and conquerors. It carves their victories into stone. It raises statues in their honor. It writes their stories in books that last for thousands of years. But the woman who refused to kill, her name is gone. No monument bears it. No scroll records it. No statue preserves her face. Only one thing remains. The question: if you had been there that day, sitting among the crowd, hearing the chants, feeling the excitement, watching her lower her sword, would you have shouted for mercy? Or would you have joined the roar?